1960 wasn't just Elvis Presley on every jukebox. It was the year R&B quietly crashed the mainstream and refused to leave. Today we're counting 12 one-hit wonders you know by ear, even if you completely forgot the names behind them. Number 12, Joe Jones, You Talk Too Much.
Just talk.
Kicking off at number 12, Joe Jones drops one of the pettiest, catchiest nags in R&B history. You Talk Too Much rides a mid-tempo New Orleans groove. Tight backbeat, walking bass, and that hook that feels like a chant the whole band is in on.
You talk too much, you worry me to death. You talk too much.
The vocal is almost spoken sung, sitting right on top of the pocket, like Jones is clowning his friend over a second-line march. The horns punch in with little stabs between the phrases, and the call and response on the title line turns the complaint into a party. It's a vibe showcase. Repetition, groove, and a hook you can shout after one listen.
You talk about people that you've never seen. You talk about...
The song stayed famous as a novelty classic, but Joe Jones never got the same long-term spotlight. Number 11, Billy Bland, Let the Little Girl Dance.
Let the little girl dance.
Sliding in at number 11, Billy Bland basically invents the "just let them cook on the dance floor" anthem. Let the Little Girl Dance leans on a shuffling backbeat, bright horn riffs, and a bass line that bounces instead of walks. Bland's vocal sits right in the middle of the mix, not over-singing, just nudging the story along while the band does the heavy lifting. You've got classic R&B arrangement tricks here. Horn answer lines to the vocal, a little stop-time tension before the chorus, and a hook that lifts the energy every time it lands. Lyrically, it's simple. Shy girl, big crowd, music takes over.
But can't you see? She wants to dance with me.
But the swing of the rhythm section and the horn section's call and response turn it into a legit floor filler. The name Billy Bland faded, but this groove still lives on in oldie sets and DJ crates. Number 10, Barrett Strong, Money, That's What I Want. Holding down number 10. In Barrett Strong delivers one of the most important R&B sides in Motown history. Money, That's What I Want is built on a raw 2-chord vamp, pounding piano riff front and center, snare snapping on the backbeat, and a bass line that just locks into a hypnotic pocket.
The best things in life are free, but you can give them to...
Strong's vocal isn't pretty, it's hungry. He pushes right at the edge of the mic, almost shouting the hook like a mantra. You can hear the church to jukebox pipeline. Gospel-style intensity repurposed for a song about straight-up cash. The call and response on the chorus, with the backing vocals echoing, "That's what I want," gives it that communal, almost chant-like energy every great R&B record needs.
Money don't get everything, it's true, but what it does...
It's wild that one of the most covered R&B songs ever still leaves Barrett Strong's name in the shadows for casual listeners. Before this video, be honest. Did you know Barrett Strong's name? Or was it just that money song to you? Drop your answer in the comments. Next up, the harmonica-led groove really starts to sink its teeth in. Number 9, Buster Brown, Fannie Mae.
Fannie Mae, baby, won't you please come home?
Dropping in at number 9, Buster Brown's Fannie Mae is pure juke joint energy pressed onto vinyl. The whole track is built around that dirty, overblown harmonica riff, answering the vocal like a second lead singer. The groove leans on a heavy backbeat and a stripped-down 12-bar blues frame, but the tempo keeps it danceable instead of dragging. Brown's phrasing is loose and conversational, almost talking the melody instead of crooning it, which lets the harmonica and rhythm section carry the hook. It's the kind of side that DJs love because it grabs the room in 2 bars. The title sticks in your head, but the artist's name got left behind in the smoke. Number 8, Ron Holden, Love You So.
My darling, I love you so.
Gliding into number 8, Ron Holden's Love You So feels like a slow dance under a gymnasium ceiling full of paper streamers. The rhythm section keeps a light swaying backbeat.
So plain and true, I ask the Lord.
While the bass walks just enough to stop it from turning into a straight pop ballad. Holden's vocal is all about restraint, soft vibrato, careful phrasing, and little melisma runs that are more R&B than doo-wop. The backing vocals sit like a cushion behind him, using tight, close harmonies instead of big gospel stacks. It's a classic example of early 60s crossover R&B, smooth enough for pop radio, still soulful in its chord changes and vocal tone. The song floated on compilations, but Ron Holden himself never became a household name. Number 7, Bobby Marchin, There's Something on Your Mind.
There is something on your mind.
Cruising at number 7, Bobby Marchin's There's Something on Your Mind is basically a late-night confessional over a slow blues groove. The band sits deep in the pocket. Brushed drums, lazy triplet feel, and a bass line that walks through classic I4V changes with little chromatic slides.
No, you don't have to tell me, pretty babe.
Marchin's delivery mixes spoken word storytelling with sustained notes, like he's halfway between sermon and barstool monologue. The spaces between his phrases matter just as much as the notes. There's real tension in the pauses, a classic blues phrasing trick. You can hear gospel roots in the dynamics too, starting conversational and ramping up as the story gets heavier.
If you ever think about me.
It's the kind of track that locks a room into silence when it spins. If you're vibing with these forgotten R&B gems, hit subscribe to support the channel so we can keep digging up more lost classics together. Next up at number 6, a song turns pure nonsense syllables into one of the tightest New Orleans party grooves of the era. Number 6, Jesse Hill, Ooh Poo-Pa Doo. Rolling in at number 6, Jesse Hill's Ooh Poo-Pa Doo is straight up New Orleans party science. The rhythm section locks into a second line bounce, snare cracking on 2 and 4, loose shuffle underneath, while the horns chatter like they're marching right past you on the street. That nonsense refrain isn't random at all. It's engineered like a crowd chant, pure call and response you can yell after hearing it once. Hill's vocal is rough-edged and playful, sitting just behind the groove so it always feels like the band is dragging him deeper into the party. This isn't about vocal gymnastics. It's about feel, rhythm section, horn lines, and room energy welded into one 3-minute street parade. And somehow, the hook everyone remembers is still attached to a name most listeners never learned. Number 5, Al Brown's Tune Topper's feat, Cookie Brown, The Madison.
Back over, rocking back into the Madison when I say hit it, like a rug. That's
Dropping at number 5, The Madison is less a song and more a choreography manual with a killer groove. The rhythm section locks into a mid-tempo 4-on-the-floor pulse, while the pianist and guitarist sprinkle in little comping patterns that mark each step of the line dance.
you hit the Madison groove, makes you really want to move.
The spoken instructions ride on top like a bandleader emceeing a packed dance hall. Musically, it's deceptively tight. Horn hits land right on the bar lines, The bass outlines the chord changes without ever overplaying, and the drum pattern stays steady, so dancers never lose the beat. It's early 60s R&B functioning as social media, teaching a trend in real time.
I'm not here to show, it's the cats who know.
The dance lived on in clips and memories long after most people forgot who actually put it on wax. What's the last song that literally dragged you onto the dance floor against your will? Tell me in the comments so we can build a proper R&B party playlist. Number 4, The Paradons, Diamonds and Pearls. Floating in at number 4, The Paradons' Diamonds and Pearls is slow dance R&B with serious doo-wop DNA. The harmonic structure leans on classic Ivor V movement, but the magic is in the vocal stacking.
Show me a thing I want only.
Lead line up front, with tight block harmonies cushioning every phrase like velvet. The drummer keeps a soft backbeat with brushed snare, while the bass moves in gentle legato steps that make the whole thing sway. The lead vocal uses tasteful vibrato and careful dynamics, pulling back on the verses and blooming on the title phrase.
To hold me.
It's the kind of record that makes a gym floor, a cheap suit, and a corsage feel like a movie set. And somehow, as we step into the top 3, the songs get even more familiar while the names behind them fade even further into the shadows. Number 3, The Safaris, Image of a Girl.
And I know she'll always bring me love.
Gliding into number 3, Image of a Girl, is what happens when doo-wop dreams drift into full-on teenage hallucination. The Safaris float their harmonies over a slow heartbeat backbeat.
Oh, I couldn't sleep.
With the guitar and bass outlining super simple changes so the vocals can do all the storytelling. The lead sits right in the center of the stereo field, with just enough reverb to feel like he's singing in an empty school hall after everyone's gone home. The backing vocals use tight block chords and gentle ooh pads instead of flashy runs.
The image of the girl I've always been.
Giving the record that hazy late-night radio feel. It's fragile, it's earnest, and it nails that early 60s mix of pop sweetness and R&B phrasing that sticks in your head long after the needle lifts. Number 2, Etta Jones, Don't Go to Strangers.
Need someone true to love.
Sliding up to number 2, Etta Jones's Don't Go to Strangers is R&B leaning deep into jazz club territory. The rhythm section keeps a slow, brushed swing, with the upright bass walking through extended chords and little chromatic approach notes that give everything a smoky late-night color.
For when you hear a call.
Jones's phrasing is a masterclass. She sings behind the beat, lets consonants drag, and uses a soft, controlled vibrato that never turns showy. Every line feels like quiet advice across a small table, not a big stage performance. The horns and piano comp in the gaps, never stepping on her, just answering with tiny blues licks and chord stabs.
Oh, make your mark.
It's one of those standard singers worship, but casual listeners often mix her up with someone else, or don't know the name at all, even while they melt every time the record plays. Number 1, Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs, Stay.
Please, 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 tell me.
Taking the top spot, Stay by Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs is the shortest, sharpest heart punch in this whole countdown. Clocking in under 2 minutes, it wastes 0 time. Straight into that falsetto plea on the title line. Riding over a classic doo-wop IV progression anchored by crisp hand claps and a rock-solid backbeat. The lead vocal flips between chest voice and sweet head voice, turning a simple request into full-on desperation in just a few bars. Behind him, the group stacks tight harmonies and call-and-response echoes, filling every pocket without ever cluttering the groove.
All of the time, yeah.
Little stop-time breaks and turnarounds keep the tension popping so the hook hits harder each time it comes back. The wild part? The song went on to live 100 lives in movies, covers, and wedding playlists, while Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs slipped into the kind of trivia only real R&B nerds can answer on the first try. If this countdown unlocked a few memories, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who still loves real R&B. And when you're ready for more, check out the video on your screen where we dive into 10 criminally underrated R&B bands that deserve your playlist way more love today. These identity tips also search www.youtube.com watch visas PSLRNZJM go.